Hey everybody, it's Aaron coming to you from Software Zero to Hero. Today we've got a fairly short video. We're going to go over a couple different extensions that we have. One of them is the Sphinx copy button extension. That way you can create easy copy buttons onto your documentation to copy over to your clipboard. And the next one that we're going to be using is the Sphinx code tabs extension. And that way we can create code blocks or code tabs within our documentation to display code properly, and it'll actually go hand in hand with that copy button extension as well. So the first thing, we want to make sure that we're in the directory that we want to be in, and then go ahead and start up your virtual environment like we discussed in the previous videos. So once you have that up and running, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create that install for that. So first thing you want to do is do the pip install Sphinx copy button, and this will take just a minute or so for this to do as well. All right, now that we have that installed, we're going to do the next install, and that's the Sphinx code tab extension as well. So go ahead and put in the Sphinx code tabs right here with the pip install Sphinx code tabs, and go ahead and install that. And it'll take just a minute as well. All right, now that we have both of those installed, we need to go to our conf.py file that we have all the information in, similar to where we went to set the different templates and the themes for the Sphinx document tool, or Sphinx documentation as well. So I already have this copy and pasted, so I'm going to just go ahead and paste that in there. So the next thing you're going to do is make sure you put in the extension for Sphinx underscore copy button, and then Sphinx underscore code underscore tabs. And once you have that in there, go ahead and save that page. All right, now that we have that saved, let's go ahead and go over to that page 2. This is where we did the admonitions the last time through. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a code block. And I know we've been talking about code tabs, but code blocks will actually put it into a block format within the documentation. So that's what we're going to do here, just because it's a lot easier to see and a lot easier to look at when it comes to separating the code away from any other kind of documentation you have on the page. So let's go ahead and do double dots and then code dash block and then 2 colons. And then here is where you set the title of it, which you can select whatever language you're wanting to write this in. And you can leave it blank as well if it's a language that's not identified by Sphinx, which a majority of the most popular languages such as Python, Bash, C, JavaScript, HTML, all those are identified that you can put this into this section right here. So let's go ahead and put in Bash, so that way we can see that on there. And you can see that it highlights Bash because it's recognized for that title on there. So let's go ahead and write our Bash in there, and you see that it turns a different color as well whenever you have a recognized language in there. So let's just write in there, welcome to Software Zero to Hero. And then you want to make sure that you go down and you create that white space on there, and then you have that new line as well, and then tab back over and just make sure, and I usually give it one extra on there because if not it can create an error sometimes with the RST language. So let's go ahead and save this page, and once this page saves and is built up there, and we can go ahead and make our HTML to recreate those HTML pages, which it'll take just a second to do that as well. All right, now that we have that new page built, let's go ahead and open that to look at it here. And you can see it says, Echo, welcome to Software Zero to Hero. And we have that on here. And like I said, that copy button, you have it right here to where you can easily copy it to your clipboard as well. And we can just test this out to make sure that everything works. And you can see up here that it did copy it over to the clipboard and you're able to successfully paste it too. So we have that on there. So let's go ahead and go back into our code here, and we're going to look at something else. And we're going to create some tabs so that way we have a code block with multiple tabs on there too. So we're just going to do tabs and then lang for language. And underneath that, you're going to do code tab. And let's say Python. Oops, I forgot to put the double dots in front of that. And that way you can make sure that everything's highlighted. And let's write. All right, we have that on there. And let's go ahead and create a different code tab too. And let's write that bash again, and let's go ahead and just copy this bash up here. And save this. And then once we have that saved there for it, let's just make sure we have everything saved correctly. There we go. And let's go ahead and remake those HTMLs. Okay, we have those HTMLs built there. And let's go ahead and go back over. Whoops, wrong page there. And let's reopen this. And then we can see that we still have our previous one that we had. And now that we have that, we also have this too, which for some reason this formatting on this computer is not showing it. But typically there will be a slightly off-color gray box around this too. And now you have tabs that you can go back and forth, and you can copy either one of those two on here. So you have that, and you can copy that over and paste that there. And then you can go over to the bash and copy that and paste that too. So it'll allow you to copy either one that way as well. So that's our copy button and code tabs feature that we have. And if you have any questions, just make sure to feel free to comment. Make sure to like and subscribe to Software Zero to Hero, and I'll be adding more videos to the Sphinx documentation extensions here pretty soon. Thank you.